Seoul's top office says a milestone has been set for the nation's foreign policy thanks to President Yoon's latest diplomacy tour. The leaders of South Korea and Japan reportedly came to a consensus on improving ties in a speedy manner during talks at the ASEAN meetings. Yoon Jung-min has the details.
President Yoon Jung-min and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida saw eye to eye on the need for a swift settlement of the compensation issue for Korean victims of wartime forced labor when they met on the sidelines of the ASEAN summit in Phnom Penh over the weekend. That's according to Seoul's top officials at the presidential office Wednesday as they briefed the press on Yoon's 6-day Southeast Asia tour. The top office said the leaders were able to come to a quick consensus to rebuild bilateral ties based on such settlement, as the two sides had already much narrowed their differences at a working level. Meanwhile, the president's national security advisor Kim Sung-han assessed Yoon's tour that ended on Wednesday as having completed the first draft of South Korea's foreign policy direction, especially with the announcement of his new Indo-Pacific strategy.
President Yoon had a series of meetings with the leaders of the U.S., Japan, China, and the ASEAN and had intense discussions on how to secure our survival, security, and future growth engines.
More diplomatic events are taking place at home for the South Korean president. He will sit down with visiting Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte on Thursday and Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez on Friday for discussions on chips, electric vehicles, and renewable energy. Coordination is also underway for a one-on-one with Saudi Arabian Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman for talks that could include cooperation on city infrastructure, nuclear power plants, and the defense industry. What lies ahead from here on is following up on the initiations raised at the leaders' meetings and building them into actual deliverables. Yoon Jung-min, Arirang News.